What's up guys, Ricky here. In today's video I'm working on the Honda. I'm really trying to get this car to 100%. There's a few other things I gotta do, plus there's another check engine light, so we're gonna take it to the parts store, get it scanned so that way we can fix that also. Alright guys, let's get into it. Alright, first thing on today's list is these drum brakes. A lot of people overlook these just because they're hard to do, but you know, these do get low. This one seemed like it was pretty good, but as you can see on this side, it started to get real low. That's uneven wear. And then this one was just completely done for. Oh, yeah, that was completely done for. So I got the new ones on. I got a nice new drum. Go ahead and get these on. Once my girlfriend gets back, I'm gonna have her help me bleed all the brakes. Always start with the one furthest away from the master cylinder, and then you go closer and closer until you get to the closest one. All right, so the other day I was forced to change the alternator because the car just completely stopped. We came up to a stoplight, and then as soon as my girlfriend tried to hit the gas pedal, the car just shut off. And I was like, oh, the battery must be dead. So I went to the house, got my jump box, drove the Challenger back over here. I put the jump box on the battery. It started up, everything seemed fine until we got back in the car and tried to go again. And every time you'd hit the gas, the car would just completely die. So I thought, oh yeah, it just doesn't have enough charge in the battery. So I let the car run for a good minute. Still, same thing. As soon as you touch the gas, the car would just die. So I took the battery up to get tested, and they said the battery was good, but it didn't have any charge. Charge up the battery and bring it back, and then we'll retest it. But it did say that the battery had 100% life. So I took the alternator off, I ran it up to the parts store, have them test it, and it came back with 0 voltage output. So then I knew obviously the alternator was the problem, so I had to fix that right then and there. We got home and it's been running good ever since. All right, next thing I gotta work on. I recently changed this hose and I changed that clamp because these were leaking. But if you look under there, it looks grimy. And then if I put my finger right under this hose with this old clamp, there's fluid coming out. So I think it's just that clamp. This is a brand new hose, so obviously it's the clamp that's leaking. The reservoir is good, there's no cracks in it. It's that clamp. All right, so I cleaned up best I could. I got the new clamp on there, tightened it down pretty good. I tightened this down a little bit more just to see if it was tight. It was a little bit loose. I mean, it wasn't loose, but it could have been tighter. So I tightened that one up too. I got my power steering fluid here. We're gonna go ahead and fill it up. I'm gonna start the car and then I'm gonna turn the wheel back and forth, get all the air bubbles out the line, and that should be fixed. All right, I filled it up. I just turned the steering wheel back and forth and it went down about halfway. All right, that's all topped off, nice and good, nice and clean. I'm happy. All right, I just took the car around the block. Was trying to get the engine and transmission warmed up because I'm about to check something that a lot of people overlook, just like the drum brakes, and that is checking our transmission fluid. It's supposed to be in between those 2 dots, and as you can see, it's above the second one. Go ahead and double check. Yeah, there's too much fluid in there. We're overfilled. I actually need to drain some of this out. All right, so this 3/8 drive, like bolt, that's the drain bolt for the transmission. I'm just gonna unbolt it and let it drip into my cup here. I sprayed some PB Blaster and I got the bolt loose. I'm just gonna slowly drain some of the fluid. Not worried about draining too much because I do have a bottle of the transmission fluid, so if it's low, just top it off. But I definitely don't want it being too full either. All right, I just drained like 3/4 of a quart. Oh. Okay, I need to top it off a little bit. As you can see, we're in between the two dots, so that's good. All right, I'll go ahead and double check it. Yep, we're right in between it. I'll just top it off with a little bit of transmission fluid. Alright, so I went to the parts store and I got the code ran, and all it said was check battery terminals. This one looks pretty decent, but this one is all corroded and exposed. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna chop these wires off right here. I'm gonna take some of the plastic off, make it look like new again, and then I'm going to solder them into some connectors and then connect it to the post. I think that should fix it. All right, I got the wires all cleaned up, enough room to get a good connection. I got the new terminal and I got the fittings. All right, as you can see, I got them soldered in. I just had to heat the copper up with my torch, and then I stuck my stick of solder, that's a tongue twister, and it just melted right in there, sealed it all up, put some electrical tape over it, got the new terminal on, and that should be fixed. Let's go ahead. Well, that's awesome to see. No more lights. All right, guys, that's it for today's video. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for helping me. I'll see you in the next one, and you better not miss it.